What the have I gotten myself into? Alright, the Legend of Perseus. So we do happen to have some parallels with another Greek legend, Epidus. That video will come out at a later date. Anyways, in Epidus, his father and mother were told by an oracle that their son would kill his father and marry his mother. So they decided to try and avoid it, but you can't avoid a prophecy. Perseus' grandfather, before he was even conceived, was told his grandson would kill him. So of course he did what he thought was right. Locked his only daughter in a hole deep underground, with the only opening being a crack in the ceiling. The Greeks really do have A+ parenting abilities. Meanwhile, in Mount Olympus, Zeus found a pretty girl. That's it. That's all Greek mythology. Anyway, Zeus found a pretty girl. And can you guess who it was? Yep, good old Princess Danae. She's the girl who was locked up in the hole. Remember when I said the only opening was a small crack in the ceiling? Yeah, that didn't stop Zeus. He turned himself into golden rain, and the next time King Icarius, the father, went to visit Danae, he found her with a baby boy in her lap. And King Icarius, being the A+ dad he is, banished her by locking her and her son in a crate and throwing them off a cliff into the sea. Danae and our young hero Perseus eventually safely landed on the shore of Seriphos, where they were found by a friendly fisherman, Dictys, and his wife, who allowed the two to live with them. It was as Perseus grew up that Polydictys, the king of Seriphos, started to fall in love with his mother. The only thing stopping him from making a move was Perseus. And who could blame him? The kid was a child of Zeus, king of the gods. One wrong move, and he'd be toast. So he devised a plan. He pretended to be engaged to another woman and said that everyone must bring a horse as a gift. And Perseus, being a poor little boy, was like, "Oh, I can't afford that. Is there anything else you'd like?" And Polydictys, says Medusa's head. And Perseus just says, "You got it," and goes off to fetch the head of the most dangerous Gorgon. So now Polydictys could make his move. But back to Perseus, because we don't want to see that. Before he can even start his journey, Athena and Hermes show up. See, they don't want this kid to die, so they give him gifts. Hermes gives him wing shoes, and Athena gives him her mirror shield, telling him to only look at Medusa for this. After that, they're about to bid him farewell when he goes, Wait, do either of you know where I'm supposed to go?" "You don't know? Wow, you're unprepared. Just go to the Grey Sisters and ask them about it. They should know." And so he does. Now, the Grey Sisters are these 3 sisters with gray hair who share one eye and one tooth. They ignore Perseus, so he decides to get the answer from them by holding their tooth and eye hostage. Yeah, that's probably the grossest thing I've read from Greek mythology. They relented and told him to go see some nymphs of the north who would help him and be able to tell him where the Gorgons lived. The nymphs gave Perseus a bag from Medusa's head and Hades' helmet of invisibility. Also, finally, directions! So the slaying of Medusa is actually one of the most anticlimactic things I've ever read. He waited until the Gorgons were asleep, snuck in, and using the mirror shield to see, cut off Medusa's head, then quickly shoved it in the bag and ran away as fast as he could before the other 2 Gorgons woke. But that wasn't the end of the tale for our hero. On his way back, he found a beautiful girl chained to a rock. When he asked her about it, she said, "My name is Andromeda. My mom angered a sea god, so it sent a monster to attack my kingdom. And the only thing that would end the terror was them sacrificing me to the creature." And Perseus was like, "Oh, that's sad. Hey, why don't I slay the monster and then we can get married?" And so he did. And then he brought Andromeda back home to Seriphos, only to find out this whole quest was a plan to get him killed so Polydectes could harass his mom. Perseus was having none of that, so he told his mom to cover her eyes, pulled out Medusa's head, and turned him to stone. Then made Dictys, the fisherman, king, and married Andromeda. Wait, it's not over. I know this is long, but wait. King Icarius and Perseus went to the same sports festival where Perseus accidentally hit him in the head with a flying discus and killed him. The end.